personal brand, don't bother with it in a estate agency. Today, I'm joined by Rob Graves, ex-estate agency director, and set up his own estate agency and now is an estate agency coach. Why do you think personal brand is a complete waste of time in a estate agency? Talk to me.
That's a lovely line, Chris. I don't think it's a complete waste of time, but I do think it's important to understand the value. When you build a business, and I see this a lot advertised with the self-employed estate agents, don't build your own business, don't build it for somebody else. Is
Yes.
often a line I see. But the reality is the goodwill of your own personal brand is worthless to somebody else.
Yeah, but if you're selling an estate agency is only worth probably 50% of the pipeline when you come to sell it.
Yeah, the lettings book isn't though, Chris.
Go on,
This is right up your street, I would imagine.
go on.
So the lettings book is worth about 1.5 to 2 times its annual income. That is a valuable asset.
But surely the personal brand will help you grow the business to enable you to get the listings, the lettings, to have something that's worth selling in the end.
I agree with that entirely. But what I see lots of is blindly have a personal brand. The whole point of the personal brand is to do something with it. In isolation, it's worthless.
Agree, it's only worth, you in a state agency, you've got nothing really to sell at the end, so you make your money during. On the lettings, you don't make much when you actually got the lettings, but you make your money when you come to sell it. And if you use your personal brand, it means you can earn more money now, and it means that you've got an asset with the sales yourself.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You can make good money off a lettings business. Well ran, well organised, and it's got you a regular income. So those ups and downs are avoided. It gives you great consistency.
Yeah, but attracting a landlord to you is really hard work, and attracting homeowners to you.
Yeah.
And surely a personal brand. I mean, is there such a thing as a good personal brand and a bad personal brand?
Probably.
I mean, is there who out there do you think is doing it really well with personal branding in a estate agency?
Well, annoyingly yourself, of course. But you probably don't want to talk about that bit.
I don't want to talk about myself, no. Let's come back to estate agents. Well, who do you think is doing it well?
In terms of a personal brand, I do look and see the best ones are the self-employed agents. A couple of those are absolutely nailing it.
Yeah, and what is particularly interesting is that if you are a self-employed estate agent, say in the city of York, say for example, I don't necessarily should be seeing your content because I'm not that audience.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
Massive tip for you out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going down the personal branding route, is join local Facebook groups, because York landlords and York homeowners tend to live in York, and there's the only people that tend to join local Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Just change the word York to whatever city or town you're in.
But do you think, Chris, that is because it's almost like building the brand has become more important than the purpose of building the personal brand?
I think what you're trying to say is people set up a personal brand, but they don't know why they're doing it.
Well, I think sometimes they're doing it to nurture their ego rather than actually produce.
Yeah, we are. That's what you're look. Yeah, I'm saying it from inside the tent. You're saying from the outside. Yeah, you're right. Some people say, right, why are you doing it? What's the reason? And
What's
again,
the goal?
And again, there's a lot of people out there that are doing it because they feel like they need to do it, or they need to massage their ego. And I think what it comes down to is, some people say, how do you grow a personal brand? And I would say is just go out there and be helpful.
Yes, but it comes back to you'd be better off building a lettings book and a lettings portfolio. And if one of the ways you decide to do that is by having a personal brand,
yes,
I agree entirely. But the goal is not the personal brand.
No, it's the facilitator to get what you want.
Yes.
And that's the magic thing is if you're going to have a personal brand that works and is not just an ego trip, go out there and say, how can I be helpful to my audience?
Yeah.
What can I do to give, not get?
Yes.
And if you go there with the right attitude, you'll win. With that attitude, would you agree?
Yes. Is it Daniel Priestley that talks about being in the playground and staying in that area. You attract customers in by giving them stuff for free, and then they work their way round the different apparatus within there. And that's how you need to attract them in with free stuff.
That is valuable
Yes.
and interesting or educational or entertaining to the person.
Yeah.
You know,
It needs to make a difference, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, I do my sofa chats.
Really?
Sherlock. I do it for a number of reasons. One, for my own mental health, and two, I talk about topics that I'm interested in. Sorry, that was a Freudian slip. I don't talk about stuff that interests me. This is quite rare.
Yeah.
But normally, if I was talking about estate agency fees, I'm not an estate agent. I don't care about estate agency fees. What I care about, if you asked me to talk about stuff that I was interested in, I'd talk about my wife, corgi dogs, Freemasonry, craft beer, collecting antique whiskey, trains. Love trains. I'm not a train spotter, but I'm like trains. In fact, I'm thinking of actually going to get a train here. Actually, yeah.
Yep.
And talking to interesting people.
Yes.
But not about what I sell.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the important thing, isn't it? I mean, you've started your own podcast and you're going out of your way to go and interview people, but ultimately that will get you more business as a estate agency coach, won't it?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's, but I do the podcasts as well because I do love them.
And therein lies the issue of doing social media. And I know we're doing a separate post on that, is do it for the love of doing it. And if you're helpful, people will love it, and ultimately you'll win.
Yes, if you can fall in love with the process, it makes it so much easier to do it.
I get my kicks from hitting the word publish, not from the likes and the comments.
Yeah.
If you can win that, you'll win everything.
That's brilliant.
Rob, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Chris.